Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders and local legends that are shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by Lisa Bentley, local actor and tour guide. Lisa, great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
And I think this is our first international podcast. Lisa is currently in Tenerife. Very jealous of you there, Lisa. So for those of us who don't know you and what you do, Lisa, who are you and what do you do here in Bishop Stortford?
Well, at the moment, I'm running some workshops. So I've put together a little schedule of workshops for personal development that we do. But I've had a lot of people asking me, how do you get into being a supporting artist or an extra? So I started out as a supporting artist and sort of fell into becoming a professional actress. And I get asked quite a lot. So I've helped a few people out, and the ones I have helped out have actually ended up working in different television programs. And more people have asked me, so I thought, well, why not do a little workshop local? Because it's something local people might not want, might not think about. So on the local websites, I've seen people asking for jobs that are part-time and flexible. Working as a supporting artist it can be part-time and it's very flexible. You work when you want to work, not work if you don't want to work. So it's a workshop done with a good heart, you could say. It's really, I enjoy teaching. I used to be able to teach for 25 years and I like helping people. Wonderful. That was the objective behind it.
Wonderful. So what got you into being a supporting artist?
Well, I started many years ago when my son was 2 and I needed a part-time job because he was tiny. I had to work around school or childcare, not school hours, because he was not at school then. And I'd worked at the BBC previously. I'd worked with lots of supporting artists, and it just looked like a really fun job, and I knew it paid quite well. So I started then, and then I left it after a couple of years, and then became a teacher for 25 years and retired. And thought, oh, what can I do that's interesting? I fancy doing something part-time. I like meeting people. So I then reapplied to lots of agencies and then became a supporting artist and had a lovely time.
Fantastic.
But it's also, you can just sign up with an agency, but it's very, very daunting your first day on set. So the agency will say, okay, yes, you've got this role. Be there at 6 o'clock in the morning and you've got to find your place. It's often pitch black, who to talk to, what to do, what do you do when you actually get on set, your costume. So it's going to cover all those things to calm anybody's nerves on their very first day.
So when you mentioned costumes there, so have you been on some period pieces?
I've been on, quite a few different. I've been in a horror film. Wow. That was good fun. In The Crown, I was a regular on The Crown. If you watch a few of the series, I think 4, 5 and 6, you might spot me, but they do dress you up sometimes rather peculiar. So I was a Lady of Windsor. So I've been in The Crown. I was in, there's a lovely series called Disclaimer with Kate Blanchett. I think Kelvin Klein. I can't remember, he was very old. And I was in it and I actually had a scene, just me and Kate Blanchett on our own, which was lovely. So you get to do lots of interesting, exciting things. You never know what the day is going to bring from one moment to the next. So it's a lovely thing to do, and you meet some really wonderful people.
I think that's a really interesting thing that a lot of people are looking at the moment is kind of different kind of careers. Before we jumped on the call, we talked about how eclectic our careers have been, but finding something that's flexible, that works around childcare, that gets you out and gets you meeting people is so important. In my head, my fear, so you can alleviate my fear here, is that it will be, me getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get into London to go and do something, and I won't be back until kind of 10 o'clock at night. And there's no childcare in the world that would, look after my sons in that period of time. Is that a real fear, or have I got a limit?
No, because a film day can vary. So you can actually say, I can only do these days. I can only do these times. So I don't do a 3 o'clock call anymore. Some people do, younger people. Some people get the night bus in. I like jobs where I can drive and it's got quite a good start time. So on the Crown, for example, they started doing your call times. That's the time you need to be on set at 1 o'clock lunchtime. And then most days we were finished at 6. So it isn't a job where you can take a child to a nursery and between 9 and 5 you would need, if you've got children, extra support. But I'm thinking of there's other people that don't have children that want to do something, or people that have left drama school, or I've just had an itch to act for years, and that tends to be the people that end up being supporting artists. They've had a little itch and they just want to scratch it. But it's a thing that people don't think of doing either. You know, I know friends that are hunting around for part-time work. I think, well, you might as well go to work and do a slightly longer day and have a couple of days off.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. So let's say I sign up with an agent, and they're looking for Jason Statham type people to stand in the background and to do the supporting actor artist work. What would a day look like? I drive up. What happens?
Well, you drive up. You might arrive. It depends. I've had all different call times right up to us. I said 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I've had 4 o'clock. I had to be at Winchester at 4 o'clock for the crowd, so it can depend. So you drive it. Generally, they'll tell you if there's parking or not. There's always somewhere to park your car. Then you report into the assistant director to let them know you've arrived. Then they send you off to have breakfast. So you get a full English breakfast if that's what you want, vegetarian options. I've even had smoked salmon for breakfast. There's always tea and coffee and biscuits and cakes for the artists. And then they might have an area especially for supporting artists called the holding area, where you all meet and you get the opportunity to chat to somebody. And then they'll call you, they'll come and get you and take you to costume and then makeup, and then they'll tell you where you've got to set. But you get fed all day, you get snacks throughout the day, you get lovely lunch. So it's quite a nice, how many jobs where you get breakfast and lunch and dinner if it's a long day, and you get paid for eating it as well. You get paid for your lunch break. So
wonderful. Well, it sounds really interesting, and as I said, there are lots of people out there looking for these kind of different kind of career options at the moment. So I'm very interested in how that might work. So the workshop you're putting on, can you talk to that a little bit? Where is this, a virtual workshop or an in-person one?
No, it's in person. It's in Sawbridgeworth Memorial Hall on Saturday the 6th of December. So we're going to start at 1:30. You can get there a bit early if you want. There's parking as well, and tea, coffee, biscuits, maybe some cakes. And it's anyone that's curious, so don't need any experience. We'll go through exactly what a day in the life of a supporting artist is. And we'll look at the code. We'll maybe do a bit of mime so they know what they've got to do if they're sitting at a table chatting, what's expected of them, who the crew are, exactly what their first day on set would be. And then we'll look at different agencies to avoid. I mean, I got stung. I lost not a huge amount of money, but I ended up paying to belong to agencies that some of them quite well established, that just didn't do anything. So it'll be the agencies that I know that they will get good work from, and then we'll go actually through the application process so they can do that, and we'll do pictures as well, because they'll need a profile and they'll need some pictures. So I'll show you how to do those, and then from then on they can do them themselves.
Wonderful. And if someone's listening to this and they're interested, or they've got a friend that they think might be a good person to jump on board, where do they need to go to sign up for this, Lisa?
Well, the tickets are available on Eventbrite. It's not a ticket as such. You just go via Eventbrite, and the session's called How to Be a Supporting Artist in Film and Television. So do that way. Or am I allowed to give them an email address?
Yeah.
And I can send them the link. So it's Lisa J. Bentley, BENTLEY @yahoo.com, and I'll happily just forward the link on for them.
Fantastic. Well,
it'll be a fun day.
I'll put the link to that in the show notes.
Okay,
and
lovely.
When we do clips that go out as well, so if anybody's interested in that, they can jump on there and follow up on that. But it's a really interesting, job option. I think that, as I said, there's lots of people out there that are looking for things at the moment. So that's a really interesting idea, Lisa, and we'll get it out and share it around the community.
Yeah, And as people do travel from all over the country, some people have got motorhomes, so they'll drive up to the film location the night before, stay in their motorhome for the night, and that's what they do. They do that. They'll do it. They'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas you can say, oh, I don't really want to be out of Hertfordshire, but I want to be local. On Elstree, there's quite a few. We've got Elstree and there's other. I've been to Elstree. That's very interesting too. So we've got film studios in Hertfordshire as well. There's studios in Dagenham, but a lot of it you'll do filming in the street as well, so that which is London. And we've got such easy access into London. It's a job that people can do.
Yeah, we're lucky where we are that those kind of opportunities are there. Fantastic. I think this is great. We'll get it out there and see who'll be interested.
Yeah, and it'll be a lovely, safe environment for them to ask any questions and build their confidence as well, to get them raring to go.
Awesome.
And it might see them on the television next. You never know.
Yeah, and they heard it here first. They heard about it here.
They heard it there first, yeah.
All right. Lisa, are you ready for some Stortford Spotlight questions?
Go on then. Off you go.
Quick pause. If you've ever looked in the mirror and just not felt like yourself, this one's for you. Local business owner Sue Tillett at All About You has been helping women in Bishop Stortford feel confident, beautiful, and seen for over 16 years. From brows and lashes to wedding makeup and empowering masterclasses, it's not about trends, it's about you. Head to allaboutyou.uk.com and let her know the podcast sent you. Look good, feel like yourself again, support local. Right, back to the show. Great. These are 3 fast questions that we ask every guest. They come on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. First question. So if you could put one sentence on a billboard in Jackson Square, what would it say, and who do you think needs to hear it the most?
I would say make the best of every opportunity and give things a go. Even if you're a bit nervous, go for it.
Fantastic. Yeah, step out your comfort zone, give things a try. You never know where
it's going to lead you. Yeah.
Exactly. Fantastic. I love that, Lisa. Number 2. Where do you go in Stortford that you secretly hope never gets too popular?
They probably won't want me to say this actually, but I like Coates, the restaurant, and you have to book in advance to get in there. It's a lovely little restaurant in a lovely location. And I also like Cooke Pie Mash. So there's 2 for you there.
Fantastic recommendations. I love it. Okay, question 3. Who's doing something special in town that more people need to know about?
Well, it's a bit of an odd one, this one, but I take my dog to Adventure Bark, which is just on the fringes of Bishop Stortford. And he's got lots of doggy friends now, and they all go over there together and have a good old run round. And it's a lovely place to go if you've got a dog or if you've got a little group of friends. Adventure Bark, they've got little obstacle courses and things in there, and it's really nice.
I always see that when I drive past it on the way to Harlow. I go the back from Stortford to Harlow. Yeah. And I think, what a great name. Like, perfectly branded for what it is, and a great spot just by the golf club. Yes,
absolutely. And my dog, he started as and he's become very sociable, very friendly. He's great with other dogs. So it builds confidence in the dogs as well. And you get to meet lots of people as well.
Wonderful.
Which is nice.
Some great recommendations there, Lisa. Thank you very, very much. Finally, could you repeat the name of the course again on Eventbrite, the best place for people to come and sign up?
How to become a supporting artist in film and television.
That's awesome. We'll link up to that so anybody that's interested can jump along and see what it's all about. That's a wrap, Lisa. Thanks so much for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
Lovely. I better pop off to the honey wagon.
Okay. Enjoy. If you enjoyed this episode, the best way to support the show is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and share it on your socials. Or is someone in town who you think could hear about it? Maybe someone who's looking for a new career can get in contact with Lisa and talk about being a supporting artist. Also, if you've got someone like Lisa who's a local legend that you think we should feature next, that's doing different things in Bishop Stortford, drop me a message, tag them in the comments so we can share their story with the wider community. Go out there, step out your comfort zone, try something new today in Bishop Stortford and make the town a better place. Have a great day.
Thank you.
If you run a business built on trust, but your website's full of stock photos and silence, we need to talk. True Tone Testimonials helps coaches, consultants, and other service providers turn real client stories into high-converting video content. No scripts, no fluff, just honest words from real people who already love what you do. They're professionally filmed and ready to drop onto your site or into your socials. Head to truetonetestimonials.card.co. Let your clients do the selling. Okay, support local. Let's get back to the show.